When Animals Spoke, Stories from the Qur'an. In the pages of the Holy Qur'an, the stories were not only of prophets and kings, but of creatures without voices who carried messages from the divine. A bird who challenged a mighty throne, an ant that stopped an army in its tracks, a crow that taught mankind how to bury the dead, and a whale that embraced a prophet in the darkness of the deep, showing mercy greater than the ocean itself. These were not just animals, they were signs, symbols of wisdom, messengers of meaning. In this series, we'll journey through the most unexpected conversations, the deepest lessons, and the most touching encounters. Where ants think, birds plan, and beasts remember their creator. Join us in When Animals Spoke, Stories from the Qur'an, where every voice carries a message. The voice of an ant that touched a prophet's heart. Prophet Solomon, Sulaiman, peace be upon him, inherited wisdom, repentance and kingship from his father David, Dawood, peace be upon him. He inherited justice in judgment, clarity in vision, and humility before his Lord. But Solomon wanted more, not for pride, but for purpose. He raised his hands and prayed, "My Lord, forgive me and grant me a kingdom such as will not belong to anyone after me." And God answered him. He subjected the winds to his command, blowing gently wherever he willed. He subdued the jinn, the devils, the humans, and even the birds, all serving by the will of God. And then God taught him the languages of all creatures. Solomon's army was like no other in history, an army of men, jinn, and birds, unified in obedience. Commander, O prophet of God, the birds are in formation above us, the humans are in place, and the jinn lead at the front. Beneath the earth, in places unseen by human eyes, lies a bustling world, quiet yet deeply alive. An organized kingdom of ants, where duty rules and every step has purpose. Ant Scout. The ground trembles. Is it an earthquake? Ant Leader. No, I sense the scent of birds and jinn. This is Solomon's army. We must act quickly. She raises her voice. "O ants, enter your homes, lest Solomon and his soldiers crush you unknowingly." They were still far off. Yet Solomon heard. Yes, he heard the voice of an ant, and not just the words, but the intention, the fear, and the leadership behind them. Solomon, smiling with awe, "Glory be to you, my Lord. Who taught me this speech? Who placed such wisdom in such a tiny creature?" He lifts his hands in prayer. My Lord, enable me to be grateful for your favor which you have bestowed upon me and upon my parents. Human soldier, my Lord, is something wrong? Solomon, nothing is wrong. I just heard something, small, but it carried the weight of 1,000 lessons. Another soldier, was it from the skies or the jinn? Solomon, serious. No, it was from an ant who warned her people and feared for us, not just from us. Solomon stepped off his mount. He knelt down and gently placed his ear close to the ground near the ant tunnels. Your words reached not only my ears, but my soul. And your mercy, O Prophet of God, is an honor to all creation. Solomon returned to his army, not with victory or conquest, but with wisdom deeper than any scroll. Solomon, addressing his troops, learn from the smallest among creation, for wisdom isn't tied to size, but to sincerity and clarity. The story of the ant is not a children's tale. It is a divine sign, a living parable. In it, we find humility in the height of power, gratitude in the face of privilege, listening to the voiceless, and understanding that even the smallest creatures have value. An ant, almost crushed and forgotten, but her voice reached a prophet, and her courage became a lesson for humanity. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وداود وسليمان إذ يحكمان في الحرث إذ نفشت فيه غنم القوم وكنا لحكمهم شاهدين ففهمناها سليمان وكل آتينا حكما وعلما وسخرنا مع داود الجبال يسبحن والطير وكنا فاعلين وعلمناه صنعة لبوس لكم لتحصنكم من بأسكم فهل أنتم شاكرون؟ ولسليمان الريح عاصفة تجري بأمره إلى الأرض التي باركنا فيها وكنا بكل شيء عالمين صدق الله العظيم. Next time, we will learn another lesson from a different story about an animal in the Quran. If you loved this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales from the Quran.